Welcome back to Cooter.com. In this next video on charts, we're going to expand into more charting examples, and then we're going to set up a step-by-step system on how to create charts going forward. We'll go over a couple more troubleshooting issues, and then we'll have an intro into sparklines. Now here's the data right here, revenue by product line, that we're going to be using to create charts in this video. And to quickly explain it, it's really just these product lines that we sell products for. So we have camping products, fishing products, golfing, hunting, and skiing products that we sell. And here are the respective revenues from each year for those product lines. Notice that these 2 years, 2017 and 2018, they're highlighted in green. That's actually just representing that we are forecasting these numbers. So this is a forecast, while let's pretend that these numbers here are actual numbers that happened. Now let's take a look at what chart we're first going to set up. Let me hit this plus to pop us down into the line chart. And as you can see below in this line chart, using the legend here, each product line is a different line here. We also have another legend here that we've put in a present time line so that our users can understand that this line right here is a break to tell us that to the right of this is all forecasted numbers, and to the left of this is actual revenue that we've had in the past. Now let's go ahead and delete this and set it up quickly. And I have this chart over here, and it details out the steps that you need to go through when creating a chart. So you're first always going to select and insert a chart. You're going to select your data and then insert your chart. The next thing is you're going to auto style your chart. Then we're going to do some auto layout, and then we'll customize it even further at the end. And then you can obviously see that I've stuck in here some comments to further explain what these steps mean. So for example, this first one says select data and insert a chart. Remove the top left header if it's not going to be part of the chart, then we can replace it later. So what we'll do here, we're going to select our data, and I'm going to do Control Shift to the right and down, and you can hopefully already see that I'm screwing up purposefully, and I'm going to insert a line chart, and I'm going to pick the ones with the dots. So I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to pop it down here, and hopefully you notice that there's something wrong right away. And that is that our labels are not accurately showing up. We have that series 1 through 5, and that's because at the beginning I forgot to delete that top left header, because to Excel, this top left header doesn't mean anything to the chart. And what I mean by that is this product line was put here as a label, when in fact it's not a label that we want to have on this chart. So let's go ahead and delete this real quick, and delete here, Control Shift over, down, select our data. This is now blank. Insert a line chart, drag it over here, drag it over, and quickly we can see that it looks perfect. So making a chart is very simple. That's what I want to show you here. And what I'm trying to show you is that you need to have your data up here in your table laid out accurately so that then it falls in the correct places on the chart itself. So the first thing is done, so let's check that off. Now we need to auto style it. Auto styling is done with this button, the chart style. So I'm going to pop on over here, scroll down and see if I can find one that looks good. And you know what, this one, I kind of like this one. So let me pick this one, and we can check that off. Auto style's done. Auto layout, come in here to the design tab on the ribbon and go to quick layout and see how do I want my elements laid out on my chart, and simply just hover over all of these to find the right one. And I kind of like this one, so I'm going to choose that one. And that's done. Now I'm going to further customize my chart. And to do that, all I need to do is click the plus button to add some chart elements. And right now I want to actually get rid of my axis labels because they're self-explanatory. We have years on the horizontal axis, and then we have amounts on the vertical. In my opinion, that's self-explanatory. I'm going to get rid of that. Then I'm going to add in a chart title, select the chart title, hit equals, and select my revenue by product line. And that will then be synced up. Let's say that I want to go ahead and add rounded corners to this table here. I can select the chart, Control 1, and I get this task pane that pops up, and it's perfectly in the right area. And I'm going to scroll down and I can say, hey, I want to round these corners. So just check that box. Now when I click off of this, it has a nice rounded edge. It doesn't look like it's a square from Excel. It gives it the look of a professionally done chart. The next thing is that I had in here a break for the future years for 2017 and 2018. So let's go ahead and put that in. And that one I have to go to the Format tab on the ribbon, and we're actually going to add in a shape. So this shape that I'm going to add in is just a line. I'm going to draw that line between 16 and 17. I'm going to drop it there. I'm going to come back into the Format tab on the ribbon for this Drawing Tools now, and I'm going to edit this line to how I want it to look. So I'm going to quickly change the color to green, and I'm going to change the thickness or the weight of it to 1 point, and then I'm going to make it a dashed line. The next thing we need to do is we need to make a custom legend for this line. So I'm going to select the chart, come in here to Format tab on the ribbon, and I'm going to add this text box so that I can put in here some text about that line. So I'm going to type present time and put a colon. I'm going to make this a little shorter, make that a little wider. It's a little bit shorter even more. And then I'm going to pull this down so it's right here. I'm going to format this square here so that it has a border. So I'm going to put an outline of a gray. Then I'm going to grab this element, copy it, paste it right next to it so I can copy it in here, and I'm going to drag it up. If you want, you can come in here, you can take this element, hold Control, and then you can see there's a plus sign next to my cursor, and click this other element. Then while they're both selected, right click and then group them together so that when you're moving them, they both stay in sync. So that's about it. That's all we needed to do. It was a little bit over the top with having to manually put in this line and put in present time as a separate object. And then if you want to go ahead and format anything else or customize anything else, feel free to do that. Just select the element. If you don't already have this task pane up, go ahead and press Control-1 to make it appear. And depending on what you want to do, either you want to do some stuff with formatting it with colors and lines, or do some effects, or if you want to do some alignment. But in this case, we want to change the axis options to then display the units in thousands. And quickly you can see that Excel has now updated that to say thousands, and then it's removed 3 zeros from each line. Now we can finally check off that our customization is complete. Now these are the steps that I would always go through. Make sure you start with selecting your data, getting rid of here. Actually, let's plug that back in. So this was product line. And then we would auto style it, auto layout, then finally customize it. So get these auto styling and auto layouts out of the way, because without a doubt, Excel probably has a better layout than you can probably think of. So take their advice first and then customize it a little bit further to your needs.